Welcome back. In this deep dive, we're tackling, well, some really big questions.
We are indeed.
We're looking at the nature of God today, drawing from a list of attributes and also that verse, Jeremiah 1.5. And Dr. Quentin E. Jackson's summary suggests that understanding this nature is actually fundamental to understanding life itself.
That's the core idea.
So we'll explore God as this forever spirit, look at some of those listed attributes, and connect it to the idea that we were created as spirit beings first, then placed in physical bodies.
Yeah, the mission really is to unpack these concepts, God as the eternal spirit, these specific qualities, and then this idea from Jeremiah about being known before birth.
Known before birth, yeah.
See how they fit together and what insights they might offer us, about our own existence.
Okay, let's jump in. The list kicks off with sovereign creator.
Right.
And that hooks right into Jeremiah 1.5, doesn't it? Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you.
Exactly. It's an immediate, powerful link.
So it gets you thinking.
Yeah.
What does it actually mean that this sovereign creator knew us, knew you, before you even had a physical body?
Well, it points towards potentially some kind of preexistence, doesn't it? A spiritual identity that comes before our earthly one. If you think about a sovereign creator who deliberately forms and knows us beforehand, well, it suggests our life isn't just about the physical start.
Right, it wasn't just an accident.
It raises the question, what is that prior knowing? What's the nature of it? It's deep stuff.
It really is. Now, the list also has attributes that seem, well, maybe contrasting. You've got judge and punisher, but then right alongside them, compassionate, loving, and grace giver. How do those fit together in one being?
Yeah, that's often a point people grapple with, but perhaps they aren't contradictions so much as different aspects of how this forever spirit interacts with, well, a very complex reality. Think of it maybe as a multifaceted response, where justice and love both have their place depending on the situation, not necessarily opposing forces, but different expressions of a single complex nature.
Okay, that's one way to frame it. Then there's relational and also collaborator.
Yes.
If we're thinking about us being spirit beings in physical bodies, those words seem pretty significant. Like, there's a reason for this setup.
Absolutely. It suggests intention.
What sort of relationship or collaboration could that imply?
Well, it really brings up fundamental questions about our design, doesn't it? If a relational God made us as spirit beings in bodies, it seems to imply we're built for connection.
Connection with God or each other?
Potentially both. And the collaborator part, that suggests it's not passive. It implies we have an active role to play in whatever is unfolding.
An active role.
Okay.
And linking to that maybe is the attribute purposeful.
Purposeful.
In Jeremiah's case, it was very specific. I appointed you a prophet.
Right, a very clear calling.
But if the creator is purposeful and knew us all beforehand, does that hint at maybe a wider sense of purpose for each individual, not just prophets?
That's the really compelling thought, I think. You take the specific case of Jeremiah, but the underlying principle, a purposeful creator knowing individuals before birth,
Yeah.
it suggests that perhaps every life intrinsically holds value and maybe a unique role or potential within the grander scheme.
So what could that unique purpose look like for you listening right now?
Exactly. It shifts the focus inward.
Which brings us back to Dr. Jackson's point that understanding life itself kind of depends on getting a handle on these attributes.
Precisely. It suggests that if you're searching for meaning, maybe the place to start isn't just looking outward, but looking at the nature of this forever spirit.
Exploring its intentions, its character.
Yeah, the attributes become like a framework, maybe? A lens for trying to understand the deeper currents in our own lives and the world. Thinking about sovereignty, relationship, purpose, it can offer real insights.
Okay, so just to recap briefly, we've talked about God as this eternal spirit, the forever spirit, with specific qualities. We linked sovereign creator to being known before birth, like in Jeremiah, suggesting we're spirit beings first.
Yes, the pre-existence idea.
And considered how understanding all these attributes, the relational ones, the purposeful one, even the judging and loving ones, might be key to understanding life's meaning.
That's right. The interconnectedness seems really important. They're not just isolated traits, but pieces of a bigger picture that could tell us something about why we're here.
So here's the final thought, maybe something for you to really chew on.
Okay.
If you consider these attributes, this idea of a purposeful creator who knew you specifically before you were even born, how might that change the way you see your own life? Your own value, maybe? or the unique purpose you might have. It's definitely a powerful perspective to think about.
It really is. Something to reflect on long after this conversation.